Good afternoon, or evening, morning, whatever it may be, where you're at. It's probably about 5:15 in the evening here, and fresh off a couple of, I don't say big snowfalls, but some significant snow this week. And I just want to share this backdrop. It's a very, very important place, and if I'm gonna keep doing this thing, you've heard of deer. Hold on. Before they all, it's hard to see. There are probably 3 dozen deer. Yeah, you can't, it's hard to see from here, but that's just a small little sample of them, but anyway. So it's been about 10.5 months since I moved out to this property. I can't get into really fine details about the place, but this actually used to be an old outhouse. In fact, when I was a kid, I'd come out here really like every weekend, every Sunday. We'd come out here. So this is my grandma's property on my mom's side, and we'd have a big spaghetti dinner. Homemade sauce that she's made for decades, and anywho, but this place, this was this covered bridge. This was like my happy place at some point ever, unless if the weather was too bad, like I would escape and just wander around out here. Place I loved, and it's just kind of weird that now, all these years later, I'm actually living out here. And it's still a fun fact, this was actually not built in 1877. That's kind of a little tongue-in-cheek thing. Someone found that plate elsewhere, and just kind of as a joke put it up there to make it seem like this bridge was from the late 1800s. So anyway, I'm not gonna take you through the entire place, but this is a stretch that's particularly just full of memories. There's a gazebo, my grandma's place. She turned 101 January 16th. Still kicking. 24/7 nurses help, but hey, anyway. So yeah, point of me sharing this is I'm just I still have surreal moments. I've been here for about 10.5 months, and it's definitely really taken until recent months probably within the last few weeks, that it's really like sunk in as this is home, and like just that love with the place, like fully connected. But it's still surreal. I'm actually living out here in a place that, I held dear in my scared, my scared little heart for so long. So anyway, all for now. Bye. Hello there. It's me, Keegan, again. This will be pretty quick, because it's getting pretty cold. And yeah, so anyway, I'm just out for a walk in the woods, and found a nice little spot just to sit for a little bit and try to sit in stillness out here. It's funny, my previous video, or one of my previous videos, the spot that I found last time, well, fortunately there is a dead raccoon. I think it's a raccoon. I don't want to get into details, but it's like right where my feet would go. So that one gets a pass for the time being until that is cleaned up in one way or another. So anyway, it's probably about, just kind of looking around, probably about maybe 5:45 in the evening on Saturday, February 15th. Yeah, I was just sitting, just quietly meditating for a little bit, and I don't know, just really started thinking about like this place around me. I guess I probably alluded to it in my last video. Clearly it seemed like that was on my mind. Anyway, and just kind of started thinking, just kind of going back to when I first moved in out here. It was March 31st of 2024. So it's late spring. Leaves weren't quite covered with leaves, but they were getting close. Like, a lot of them were at least budding. So obviously looked a lot different than how it is here after a couple of sturdy snowfalls. But just kind of taking myself through that. I mean, I was trying to be in stillness and doing some silent meditation, and well, kind of grabbed onto this thought loop for a while. But anyway, it was just kind of thinking back to just how much I've really come to appreciate just the woods out here in general. Like I said in my previous video, like I've always had a love for this place for so long, but like the more subtle hidden beauty of the place is really starting to pop. And it's really starting to feel like home, and I'm really taking, I guess, just this place in the whole new perspective and like a whole new depth. But the reason why I'm sharing that is just the importance of, just finding some kind of nature, some kind of relative stillness. Like, even if you're, in suburbs and the city and places like that for most of the time, like I was for so long before coming out here. But just starting with little things, an odd butterfly here and there, or something just organically different from all of just the the noise and the chaos of the concrete jungle. Put it kind of thinking back to like Bob Marley terms or something. But anyway, just starting there, and especially if you start to get into any kind of like mindfulness practice, and just patience and persistence are very important things in any kind of meditative practice or mindfulness or spirituality, whatever it may be. And kind of recognizing that, just how important patience is, and really just focusing on the moment itself instead of clinging to some kind of, long away goal right out of the gate. Not perfect, but it took a while, but to kind of just settle that, that ego trip, inner child, whatever it may be. More so the inner child, I guess, in my place. But anywho, and then even just when I started kind of just really making these walks like a regular thing, there's an owl hooting around, and I still haven't got a visual on it. Sorry. It's usually one or two of them that around this time you can hear almost like clockwork every night. I think they're great horned owls. Not 100% sure, but anyway. Just there. I don't know if you could hear that. Anyway, but at that time of year, then them starting to turn green, and then eventually getting into the fall, as like I just got more and more comfortable with the place and started settling in. Like this little stretch of forest, and I wish I could just turn the camera around, but probably can't. Just the mix out here of like full grown trees and saplings and kind of everything in between, like, and I don't know, I think the story goes that when this farm or this land was purchased, I think I want to say that it was meant to be kept intact, at least as much as possible, like, not clearing out too many trees and things like that, like really keeping it. Now, but the thing is, this has been farming land for God knows how long. I don't know if there was a lot of clear out, and then, so I don't know if this is old growth or newer growth or whatever, but keep like those, I just started to appreciate even just this subtle beauty of walking through a forest of like, very, very young maples and hickories, and just like right at the feet of the full grown ones that have been here for decades. I don't know, just started connecting a lot more, kind of, looking at life in that way too, like human life, and anyway. But then kind of recognizing it in trees, as however subtle that may be. But shit takes time. And I've been at this for years, and a lot of stuff is still just now starting to click. And anyway, take what you will out of that. That's all for now. Bye.